This is why I didn't want to remove it, because I already knew. Today is
your birthday?
My birthday, and a lot of changes are happening. A lot of things have happened. I think it's about time you answer for the things you've done, and that I think it's time that you need to take accountability.
Sneaky.
You answer for the things you and be held accountable. Be held accountable.
Sneaky.
So, with
what
that
have I
being
done?
said, tell them what you did to me.
What to you?
Tell them what you did.
Sneaky.
Oh, I'm sneaky.
What did I do?
You're sneaky. Tell the people what you've done to me.
What did I do? First of all,
what did you do? That's the first step.
I didn't do nothing.
In admitting you have a problem, taking accountability.
I didn't do nothing. I don't know what you're talking about, what I did.
This would be the second time in a row.
What?
Second time in a row. With Big Eye.
Oh.
With Big Eye.
Come on.
And now this. So this is, yes.
You blaming me?
I am pregnant again. But this is the second time this has happened like this. This is the second time this has happened.
Whoa.
He denies it, but his reality is warped.
I don't know what you mean by the second time.
The second time, because Big Guy was the first time, and now this time was the second time. This will be the last time.
I told you to
this
get up.
This will be the last time that you do me like that.
Oh my God,
the last time. I knew this was coming, and the whole time.
Whoa, you said you knew this was coming.
I knew this was coming. I'm going to tell you how. Because remember, I was like.
You set me up.
I set you up. No, the whole time I said, I just think, because actually, I had got some information from my sources.
Oh, come on.
And then, when December, back in like September, and then December came, and I was like, I'm thinking nothing. Then I realized that this 2026 is the 10 years that basically my birth control expired in January. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, that might be what she was saying. And then he kept saying, no, I don't want any more. We can't have any more and all this. And then I was like, well, I have to get this birth control out. It's been 10 years and I want to not have it anymore. Then I was like, but I'm afraid that as soon as I take this out, that I'm going to get pregnant. I feel it. Doesn't even smell like copper.
Don't even look like copper. Was it that color before we went in? Because copper's copper.
Yeah, it was copper color. No. I said, well, if I'm not going to get pregnant, why don't you get a vasectomy? He don't want to do that either. So.
Whoa, wait a minute.
I'm going to tell you exactly how this happened. It was not even 30 days, and then I got pregnant.
Because you wouldn't get up.
So, you can blame me. That's fine. I'm an adult, and I understand it takes two to tango.
That's right. Keep that in mind when you get to trying to point the finger over here.
But when you're physically holding someone down, that's just like saying,
come on.
You literally was holding me.
Physically. Come on.
So you weren't?
Never.
You never had your arms around my shoulders.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to show
you exactly how you did it. You was doing this. Wait, hope we don't fall. You better not let me fall. And then you was
who
like
was on
this.
top?
You're the top. And you was like
oh my God.
Bro, so tell me, what is this?
You take things too far. I don't even know what. I ain't never been in that type of position.
So what is?
I don't even know what you're talking about. That never happened.
No, that is exactly. We were just flipped. You was on the bottom. I was on the top. Basically,
now you telling the truth.
Yeah, that is the truth. But I'm saying you was on the bottom. I was you.
Okay, so now.
So I'm saying you was holding me like this. This is what I'm saying. Your arms was around me like that. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
So now my story makes sense. When you said He was on top. I was on bottom. Now my story makes sense. I said, get up.
Yeah, your story makes sense until I say, well, you were holding me like this. Then that changes everything. So it don't matter, but it matters, but it doesn't. But like I said, I knew this was coming, and then so I said, well, you just bought yourself 9 more months. So I'm interested to see what he does in these 9 months. But
like what?
I have a feeling.
Like what?
Like get the vasectomy. What's so hard about that?
It's guys say you're not supposed to do that.
So did he say just keep having children?
He said, be honest, he said, be fruitful and multiply.
How many
in
times?
The Bible it says that.
How many times?
It just
no
says
cap.
Ain't no cap.
Okay, so you then that means you make your own choices on when to cap it.
Oh my God. Oh man.
So I believe that you're definitely maxed out, and you can go. I'll finish the video.
You're not finna dog me out. I want to hear this. You're gonna be
standing right there,
but
you can get off the screen.
I need to hear what you're trying to say about me.
You're gonna be standing right there. You're gonna hear it all.
Let me listen.
So it's because I want this experience to be different than my last experience. I never recorded. Well, I recorded, but I never vlogged. Back then, I wasn't really doing videos, so I didn't record anything. But this time, it's going to be different. But I know a lot of people need to start having babies at home, and especially Black people, and stop being scared and not being pressured. I remember the last time when Buddy was born, and I remember they were calling my phone pretty often. They kept calling me. Do you got a name? 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 Oh, you can't leave without a name. You know, we got to have him recorded. And I didn't have a name, and I was going back and forth.
I remember that.
And I didn't really like that. And I know at home, ain't nobody pressuring you about a name. You go through the birth certificate process, is different. You don't do it right on the spot. You just pressured into a lot of things. Oh, the shots. They immediately want to give you that vitamin K shot. As soon as you come out talking about something with their blood, immediately. I just don't want all the pressure. I mean, they keep coming back positive. This is... What in the Timu is... There you have it. This is my second test. Positive. This is crazy. This is my third one. Just for good measures, we're just going to go ahead and do this on here. Just to make sure. Because you just got to be sure. I don't know if that was 3 or not, but let's do it. I mean, it be popping up quick. It said 3 minutes. That was literally 30 seconds. I have not told the children. This is crazy. Like, what? Oh, they're both. I was like, oh, I don't really see, but you can see there. That's crazy work right there. In 6 months, my youngest will be 10. 10 years ago, I had my last child. So I'm just predicting it's a girl already, just based off the information I've already gotten last year. This is probably going to be a girl. So 2 boys and 2 girls. And another thing is, what am I going to do? This is why I didn't want to remove it, because I already knew. I knew what was going to happen, but that's my fault for not listening to my gut. But it was time to, it was literally time to remove it. It was 10 years. Wow.